Ever been sitting in math class counting on your fingers, wondering just how good those numbers actually are? Well, you're not alone. Everyone has their preferred numbers, as each of them has its own defining qualities. But let's face it, some numbers are clearly better than others. And that's what we're discussing today. Grab a snack, get comfortable, and channel your inner Count Von Count. I'm Algebra for Top Tricks, and today we'll be counting down the top 10 numbers from 1 through 10. Also, stick around until the end of the video where we'll reveal a secret entry. Let's face it, the number 8 is probably the most disappointing even number in the single digits. It's smack dab in the latter half of the count, making it exceptionally easy to miss. The only truly remarkable thing about it is that it's a sideways infinity. That's right, turning probably the most impressive number 90 degrees reduces its interest by a factor of, well, infinity. That's how bad the number 8 is. On top of everything, it's also just a filler number, merely existing to extend the count. There's nothing noteworthy about it aside from just how uninteresting it is. There's not even much to say about it other than it's boring, unimpressive, and only interesting by proxy. The next entry on the list is the number 6. The number is defined by decreasing action. After the action-packed climax that occurs once you reach number 5, when you reach 6, all of that momentum is gone. Of course, this is for a reason. Here, 6 acts as a setup for the latter half of the count. But it's unneeded, as this is merely an attempt to try and capture the fantastic build-up that occurs in the first half. And it's to the detriment of the whole experience. The count can transition from 5 to 6 just fine without losing the hype. In fact, having counting occur as one continuous whole instead of segmenting it would drastically improve the count. As it stands though, 6 is nothing more than an honorary transition number with none of the fanfare. Which is unfortunate, because as a number, 6 has oodles of potential to be great, so it's a shame to see it squandered in such a way. Everyone's familiar with Lucky 7, but 7's luck ran out for its placement on this list. Its reputation is far more famous than the number itself. As a part of the latter half of the count, 7 doesn't contribute much. However, this isn't to say it doesn't have merit. Unlike its neighbors, 7 boasts a balanced roll without any of the baggage of 6, nor is it as forgettable as 8. Design-wise, 7 is also rather ornate, being among the more uniquely styled among the count. Despite its style, 7 is a modest number, but as such it's not uniquely bad nor remarkably outstanding, which I suppose is lucky on its own. The first of the former half of the count to make the list. Despite the rather prestigious sounding title, this makes 4 the lowest rated of the first half. However, that's not to diminish the quality of 4. It does everything 6 does, but does it better. It is the premier example of a transition number, even if that title is honorary. It sets the standard for how to count up. As well as that, 4 is in the unique position of bringing in a rather hype number, acting as the introduction act to the main event. The way 4 carries on the count so expertly to a more important number is admirable. But it is low for a reason, and that's no fault of its own, as the numbers it helps support are just that good. If you go 4th, you'll rarely go wrong. The number 3 is practically a mascot for counting, being a part of the core trio that everyone thinks of when they think counting. With such a pedigree, the number 3 is undoubtedly popular. And what's not to love? It sports a very unique design and holds a unique relationship with its fellow numbers. It's placed right in the middle of the first half of the count, helping hook in someone who's counting. See, that's the role of the core counting trio, to act as a motivator for people to keep counting. And 3 marks the guarantee that someone will commit to the count. But even with all this, 3 is ultimately not as important as its comrades. In the grand scheme of things, 3 fills the role of a filler number, helping extend the count. And while not an exclusively bad role, it's nowhere near the status that comes with the more luxurious ones. All in all, 3 is a good, reliable number. What's a finale without a prelude? Number 9 isn't just a true transition number, it's an experience, a tipping point, the wind-up before the pitch. All the hype and potential that's been building up for the past 8 numbers pouring over, threatening to all spill out right as you reach it. And for the moment you hold on to that feeling, stretching the use of the number for much longer than the others, right before letting it all out in a grand rush that occurs once you count ahead. Indeed, 9 embodies everything about the counting experience. 9 excels in priming the audience for the jaw-dropping reveal of the double digits, teasing them with the reveal they never saw coming. 9 represents and celebrates change. It's the New Year's Eve of the count. Every time 9 is counted, it heralds a major change to the status quo, or an added digit. Frankly, there's scarcely anything like it. You'll be hard-pressed to find a number more recognizable or beloved as the number 5. Regarded as one of the highest points while counting, reaching 5 is a moment unique to the single digits. The payoff from 4 expertly crafted and well-placed numbers is represented by a truly fine display. Ignoring the glitz and glamour, 5 still holds relative importance for the generalized counting experience. It's the halfway point. In a broader sense, 5 and every other of its multiples share this unique importance. In its local region, 5's payoff also helps contribute to the buildup of the eventual payoff of transitioning to double digits, even if the number after is anticlimactic in comparison. But in absolute fairness, 5 is a hard act to follow. Not merely a grand finale, but also an equally grand beginning. The number 10 is where all counting leads to, seeing off the exploits of the single-digit numbers and establishing not only the existence of two-digit numbers, but also the dominance of those numbers. 10 is a launching off point for every number afterwards, setting a brand new standard. And before any of that, it acts as the endpoint for such a tense and emotional thrill ride that came before it. And what an end it is, being worth all the hype for such dramatic payoff. Not a cliffhanger, but a bridge over the cliff. It's not the end of the road. You can stop anytime you'd like. But if you'd like an adventure, there's infinite possibilities out there, and 10 will be your guide. No, you're not seeing double. Our number 2 spot is filled by number 2. Being the second number to ever be counted, as well as the second number of the core trio, 2 holds a lot of importance for easing the audience into counting. On the surface, 2 seems like yet another filler number, playing second fiddle to the start of the whole experience. However, look a little deeper and one can see the beauty in the role 2 plays. Similarly to how 10 represents something greater than itself, 2 is the ancestor to any and all even numbers to appear in any counting session. It is the sole predecessor for a whole denomination of numbers, a legacy that stretches on endlessly. 2 is truly unique in that regard, almost impossible to surpass on that note alone. Almost. Before we move on to number 1, here are some quick honorable mentions for numbers that didn't quite make the cut. 11 and 12, 2 numbers that go hand in hand with 10 to introduce and flesh out the concept of double digits. Infinity, technically more of an abstract concept than a number. Negative numbers, a strange inversion of the usual counting experience, a bit too complex in all honesty. 99, all the pressure that comes with 9, but cranked up to 11. 100, 10, but on steroids. Truly legendary in its own right, but a bit much. What's more impressive than establishing a lineage of half of all numbers? What about being the origin of all numbers? Period. Number 1 is the most important number of all time. Not only starting the initial count to 10 that most audiences will experience, but everything above and beyond. 1 is the seed that sprouted from the earth and blossomed into the beanstalk that is the number continuum. First place gets gold for a reason, and you don't need to be Smitty Werben Jaegerman Jensen to be number 1. Aces. And those are the top 10 numbers from 1 through 10. What are your favorite numbers? Comment down below. And thank you for tuning in to Top Tricks. For more list type content, be sure to check back in. Remember to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and share this video around to your number-loving friends. And for the secret entry, absolutely nothing. A big fat 0. Thank you for watching.